Welcome inside TD Place, a beautiful Sunday afternoon as Ottawa Fury FC welcome Hartford Athletic. Graham Ivory, Gordon Smith along with you. AJ Jackiebeck will be along with the call this afternoon. And Gord, Ottawa, lots of confidence coming off Wednesday night's massive win over the Tampa Bay Rowdies to look to continue that impressive form here this afternoon against Hartford. Thoughts on what we can expect from a Fury side that after a 4-game losing streak put their best effort forward midweek in probably the last couple months?
Well, we heard Coach Popovich talk post-game about the fact that the 4 losses actually saw a lot of good things. It wasn't as bad as what it was supposed to be or what it came across as. They went out on Wednesday night. I thought they were terrific that, over the course of the period, they took the game to Tampa Bay. They weathered a little bit of a storm when they had to, and they picked up a massive 3 points, as you said. But they're facing a Hartford team now that are down at the bottom of the standings, but the last 6 or 7 games, they've been on fire. They've been playing really, really well, and that's obviously something the Fury are going to have to deal with here this afternoon. Yeah,
definitely. 14 goals in the last 7 games as we have a look at our players to watch, and one player for Hartford that's been at the heart of that offense has been Alex Dixon.
Yeah, 3 goals, 2 assists in those last 6 or 7 games. He's tied for the lead with 5 goals. He's tied for the lead with 4 assists. And he's tied for third with 40 shots on the season for Hartford. So he will be a real danger man and someone to watch here this afternoon for Hartford.
And a team that's certainly not having problems scoring goals means Ottawa needs to be sharp. Again, defensively, they were fantastic Wednesday night against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And one player that was at the heart of a strong defensive game for Ottawa, Thomas Meyer-Giguère.
Thomas has been in and out of the lineup for the last 2 months, Graham. I think he's only started 3 out of the last 8 games. However, this is now the 3rd consecutive game. His partnership with Boskovic at the heart of the Ottawa Fury defense will be called upon here, and I'm sure both Thomas and Boskovic will be eager to put in as well and good a performance as they did on Wednesday night against Tampa Bay.
A win here this afternoon could inch Ottawa Fury FC that much closer to a playoff spot. Opening kickoff coming up next. This is Ottawa Fury FC Soccer.
This program brought to you by Gabriel Pizza. Gabriel Pizza, home of the bigger, better pizza. Now available online at GabrielPizza.com.
I waited till I was 49, 4 months short of my 50th birthday to start. Wish I'd started a lot earlier. Just start. The first step's the hardest. It's never a direct route to get there. What better investment can you make? Because without health, we've got nothing.
All right, everyone got everything?
Let's go.
I have to go pee.
All right, okay.
All right,
Okay.
Here we go.
Wait, Dad, hold on. Something.
Okay.
All right.
I need my pillow.
Christopher!
Nah. No. You can't take that.
The brand new 3-row Subaru Ascent. The perfect family SUV for your mostly perfect family.
There are 8 million kids in Canada. By the time I finish this sentence, 6 of us will be cyberbullied. By the end of the month, 1 million. Bullied. We're not okay with that.
Welcome back inside TD Place. AJ Jackiebeck, Graham Ivory with you as we get set for this one today between Ottawa Fury FC and Hartford Athletic. And let's get right into the starting 11 for both teams here today. And we'll start with the visitors from Hartford. Cody Cropper on loan from the New England Revolution. The American keeper gets the start in a 4-4-2 with a back four of Raymond Lee, Logan Gadula, Sem Devitt, and Elliot Horde. In midfield, it's Alex Dixon, Mads Jorgensen, Nicky Downs, and of course the ex-Fury player who scored 7 goals in his 34 games here, It's not Wednesday, but it is Ryan Williams, who had Wednesdays with Williams, which was always a great treat to watch. And up top, you've got the Colombian Jose Angulo and Harry Swartz. For Ottawa Fury, they go with their 4-3-3. No Val Fowl or Carl Howarth because of card accumulation and that red card that Fowl picked up midweek against Tampa Bay. So Callum Irving in goal, a back four of Maxim Tissot, Thomas Mayer-Jaguar, Robert Boscovich, and Jamar Dixon. Midfield features Tiago, Charlie Ward, and Chris Manella. Up top, it's Hadji Berry, Kevin Oliveira, and Cristiano Francois returns today for Ottawa. Terrific performance Wednesday. You have to think, hey, it's all about finishing 7th or 8th. If you can move into 6th, that would be great because then you avoid the 7 through 10 matchups. But you have to think one more win should get it done in terms of clinching a playoff spot. Right now, they sit 8th in USL East. They have their game in hand today. 5 back of 7th place North Carolina FC. They're 8 back of Louisville City for 6. So still a chance if they can win today of catching those two teams. You're 1 up on St. Louis. You're 3 up on 10th place Birmingham. And right now Charleston in action today. And we've got a penalty. We've got a penalty right off the bat in the first minute, just 30 seconds into this contest. Kevin Oliveira goes down, and Fury with an opportunity just 30 seconds in.
Well, and you were just talking about what they're looking at to come here as we have a look at the replay here. Oh, great work by Kevin Oliveira, and it was unfortunate for Cody Cropper, who was trying to play the ball, but great effort by Kevin Oliveira to get there. And with both Val Fowl and the captain Carl Howarth out of the lineup today, Hadji Berry will step up to take the spot kick here for Ottawa in just the 2nd minute.
I was going to say Charleston playing this afternoon as well. So
against North Carolina, who is Ottawa's next opponent next weekend.
Yeah, so 7 back for Charleston. But nonetheless, Ottawa just needs to worry about their own business here. And a 2nd minute penalty. It'll be Hadji Berry stepping up to take this spot kick. Here goes Berry and sends the keeper the wrong way. Cropper went to his left. Berry went to his left. And Hadji Berry scores in the 2nd minute from the spot. It's 1-0 Ottawa Fury FC.
Well, we talked about it Wednesday night, AJ. The start was important for Ottawa. Mired in that 4-game losing streak. They were struggling off the hop in those games. They got things right against Tampa Bay on Wednesday with a very impressive first half. And then, of course, got that late winner. And Ottawa turning the tide on the opposition here this afternoon with a goal inside the opening 2 minutes of play. And that should give this team a good lift in confidence. 1-0 Ottawa.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for Hartford, second last in USL East in their expansion season. They do have some good players, some good building blocks to build around. Plus, they play the Brass Bonanza, so that's going to be good for a few wins in their the lifetime of their club history.
Well, and you'll remember back when Ottawa went to Hartford and tied this season, and I think at that point Ottawa was, having some had a pretty good run of form, and people were frustrated and said, hey, that wasn't a very good performance. You look at this team on paper, there's some quality players in this Hartford lineup, and it just, as a first-year franchise, it takes a little bit of time to get things going, to get everyone gelling together. But I think they'll have something pretty good moving into their 2nd year if they can, maintain a core into year 2.
Yeah, 15 of their 22 points have come at home, so clearly they need the Brass Bonanza. Maybe they need to just play it with them on the side of the pitch. Here's Hadji Berry with a move, lays it off, left-footed drive coming in from the middle. That was a shot by Chris Manella, and that's blocked.
I didn't even get to mention, because of the quick start to this one, great for Ottawa to have Cristiano Francois back in the lineup. Of course, he missed 3 games while representing Haiti, and then with the passing of his father, he missed the last game on Wednesday against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. So it certainly gives them another option up top, and it's great to have another offensive weapon back in the squad, especially when you have 17 goals out of the lineup this afternoon between Val Fowl with 9 and Carl Howarth with 8. Charlie Ward wearing the captain's armband today for the Fury.
Hartford moving right to left in this first half in their all-white kits. And the green numbers as they win a free kick. Fury moving left to right in this first half in their home black and red kits. Black shorts, black socks. They'll make Hartford do this over again in the 5th minute. Fury leading 1-0 already.
A couple of results from around the USL over the weekend. Friday night, Birmingham picked up a pretty important 1-0 victory over Indy 11. So that pulled them closer to Ottawa in that final playoff push as they hold down the 10th and final playoff spot. Louisville did themselves a favor to put a gap between themselves and the Fury with a 5-3 win over New York Red Bulls 2. It was 4-2 at halftime. 8 goals on the night between those two sides. Pretty good one last night down in Tampa Bay. 6-1, the Rowdies routed Bethlehem Steel. And of course perhaps the bigger game that Ottawa was watching last night, Memphis 1-0 winners over St. Louis. So that's why the gap remains in favor of Fury FC. We should note that already 4 teams have clinched playoff spots in the USL Eastern Conference. New York, Indy, Tampa Bay, and Nashville. And unfortunately, both Hartford and Charlotte already eliminated from postseason contention.
Fury gained possession here just inside their own half. Boscovich sends it forward. That's broken up by Elliot Horde. And it comes back to Thomas Mayer-Giguère. Plays this wide right for the Ottawa native, Jamar Dixon. Back into the Fury half for Mayer-Giguère. Sends this forward and goes right to the keeper, Cody Cropper. On loan from New England, played 36 games there over the past few years. Before that, MK Dons in England. It's high into the air. Header won by Tissot. And now this is going out of touch for a Fury throw. 7th minute, 1-0. Ottawa leads.
Continuing my commentary on the out-of-town scores and from last night, El Paso with a big 2-0 victory that put them into the 10th and final playoff spot in the Western Conference, and they're going to have to close out the remainder, at least of the regular season, without former Fury captain Richie Ryan, who's now been sidelined with a hairline fracture in the foot. So we wish the former Fury captain a speedy recovery, as he's done a fantastic job in El Paso with that expansion franchise this season.
Sem de Wit, former Dutch under 18 international. Plays it wide on the left. Is Jorgensen. Gets it back to Cropper. Jorgensen looking to spring Williams, goes beyond him, right back to Callum Irving, and he'll build it up from the back, getting it to Robert Boscovich.
Some people might recognize the name Sem de Wit, of course, joining Hartford this season after spending last year with FC Cincinnati. Was not part of their plans in the move to MLS. It's been a tough season for FC Cincinnati this year.
Here's Ryan Williams. He'll play it forward on the ball. Spring to head, and the flag is up against Jose Angulo. Looked like Callum Irving had it covered anyways. Offside the call. 9th minute, 1-0 Ottawa.
Yeah, good ball played through the middle, and he was about a yard in behind Thomas Mayer-Giguère. Just broke a little bit too early, but good movement through the middle by the Athletic.
Knocked down by Alex Dixon. Plays it forward center circle. Ward regains possession for Ottawa now. Jamar Dixon over the top looking for Francois. A little beyond him and edge of the 18. It's grabbed by the Hartford keeper Cody Cropper. Going up to win the header is Mayer Giguère. Second ball played by Dixon, but won by Ryan Williams of Hartford. It'll be a throw for the visitors on this beautiful day. 25 degrees. It's fall in Ottawa. We had a terrible winter and a terrible spring. But so far this fall, I know it's technically just started, but September always kind of feels like fall. Here's a chance at a shot that deflects out for a Hartford corner. Moving down the left, Alex Dixon winning that corner. But beautiful fall for sure, and beautiful September. Hopefully it continues to make up for the poor spring.
I think you need to diversify your broadcasting career and get into telling the weather. Whether it's on, I think TV would be better just because the visual that I get to experience is fantastic. So you and the weather have a love-hate relationship, my friend.
It's a love.
And you pick quite the city and country to live in.
It's nothing but love right now. Take it when you can get it. Williams with the corner, an outswinger from the near corner flag. That's cleared away, and free kick given as Boscovich got the header. No, sorry, I thought I heard a whistle. Apparently I didn't. Raymond Lee plays it forward on the left. DeVitt goes down, and Fury win it. Mayer Giguère. Charlie Ward, as you mentioned, wearing the captain's armband today. To Dixon. And Ottawa push forward in the 11th minute, leading 1-0 on a second-minute penalty from Hadji Berry, won by Kevin Oliveira. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the other finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Fury throw here near touchline. Jamar Dixon in for Hadji Berry. Played wide left for Cristiano Francois. Did well to get his chest on it, but unable to keep it in play. And quick throw in by Elliot Horde. Oh, one back, and I thought Kevin Oliveira was fouled, but referee says play on. Should mention referee today is Philip Duyich, Peter Penley and Jason Olinsky, his assistants, and Miriam Marcotte, no relation to Terry, is the fourth official. If you're listening in from Hartford today, Terry Marcotte is an Ottawa legend, so our Ottawa listeners on TSN 1200 don't need an introduction. But our Hartford viewers today absolutely need to know who Terry Marcotte is. 13th minute, 1-0 Fury. Push forward on the left. Here's Dixon. Clearing it out for Fury. Quick throw, Ryan Williams. With the cross, left-footed. Ooh, whipped that in, looking for Jose Angulo just over his head. Will be a goal kick, Ottawa. That was a good ball from Ryan Williams. Maybe just a little too much pace on it, but whipped into a dangerous spot looking for Angulo. In the 14th minute, it's 1-0 Fury.
Well, Ottawa fans are well versed in what Ryan Williams is capable of doing. And the time he spent here with Ottawa Fury FC, can deliver in a good ball, can also find the back of the net as well. Should mention 0-0 through 12 minutes in Charleston this afternoon as the Battery host North Carolina. So
I feel like,
is that do you consider that a derby?
I'd have to ask the good folks of the Carolinas. I love the Carolinas.
I'm sure you do.
Love Charleston.
Yeah, I know. I recall a broadcast where our audience got a running list of
opportunity here,
yes,
and another spot kick coming up for Ottawa Fury, and once again it's Kevin Oliveira who draws the foul inside the box, nearing the byline, looking to cross it, but he was fouled. And what a start for Kevin Oliveira in the first quarter of an hour as he was brought down by Logan Gadula.
Yeah, they can protest all they want, but certainly some pressure on Oliveira as he dropped the left shoulder and tried to make the turn to cut inside. And the question is, will they change it up or will it be back to Haji Berry? And it looks like he's the man who's tasked with the penalty kicks today. So twice in less than 15 minutes, Haji Berry and Cody Cropper will go head to head.
Well, he went to his left and made the keeper guess the wrong way on his first attempt. Now in the 16th minute, Haji Berry from the spot, and he is able to beat the keeper Cropper, who did guess the right way, got a hand to it. Once again, Cropper went to his left. This time, Berry went the same way. Maybe a little fortunate, but he got it in. 2 goals from the spot for Haji Berry. It's 2-0 Fury.
Yeah, he got the fingertips to it, but it wasn't enough. Lots of power put on it by Haji Berry. Probably would have preferred it a bit closer to the corner, but a 2-goal lead now, Ottawa in front through 16 minutes, and a much-needed start for Fury FC. And they look to be back on track following that 4-game losing streak, Wednesday's impressive results against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. That confidence continuing here today. And Haji Berry now 4 goals on the season for Ottawa Fury FC.
I was going to say before the penalty, just on that Charleston game against North Carolina FC, I almost feel like you want Charleston to win. Especially if you take care of business. You'd still have a 7-point lead
100%
over Charleston, but you'd cut the lead down to 2 points.
And you play them on Saturday.
To 7th place North Carolina FC, and you'd still have a game in hand. And as you mentioned, yeah, you play them on Saturday in Cary. And here comes Haji Berry again. Down the left side, lays it off into the middle, gets it back, and the shot is blocked. Oliveira looking to collect the rebound, but it comes back to Haji Berry. Into the middle, Chris Manella. Now it's Charlie Ward. Robert Boscovich.
And Haji Berry now on the cusp of doing something that no Fury player has done in franchise history, and that's net a hat trick. And we
quick turn from Cristiano Francois, cuts in right side, shoots. Oh,
goodness!
What a goal from Cristiano Francois! The turn, the pace, and then the shot, accurate and powerful into the corner, past Cropper. 18th minute goal, and it's already Ottawa Fury FC 3. Hartford Athletic 0.
Welcome back, Cristiano Francois, and you saw him point to the sky. That one was for Dad, and a beautiful turn, all kinds of pace, and a rocket of a finish from the Haitian. And Ottawa now out 3 goals in front through 18 minutes. Cristiano Francois now 8 goals on the season. Cody Cropper can't even look.
Well, a terrific start here today for Ottawa Fury FC.
Well, we haven't seen this Fury team in a while, and this has been one impressive start to this game. And probably the last time we saw this, not that long ago, but when they had that 2-0 halftime lead over St. Louis here, and then it was just a poor second half.
Well, that's the kind of day it's been for Hartford as Jose Angulo looked to catch out the keeper, Callum Irving, and as he looked to plant his foot, he just lost his balance and hit the deck, and instead of maybe being able to trouble Ottawa there, ball went out for a goal kick here in the 20th minute. Well, and it's on the back of what we saw Wednesday, which was clearly the best performance we've seen out of Ottawa Fury, and certainly since at least June. Against a very good Tampa Bay team, winning 1-0, and Francois is offside. Ryan Williams. Raymond Lee moves it forward. Angulo wide left, and yeah, they're just having a tough start here today as that ball well beyond Dixon. It'll be an Ottawa throw, 20 minutes played, 3-0 Fury. As you mentioned, the expansion season, I mean, you bring in a collection of talent, and it's still a challenge just getting everyone to play together, and we saw it with Ottawa. They were able to be competitive in year one. They had pretty good talent here, but sometimes you just kind of don't really know what your identity is, and it took basically a third of the season into year two under Mark DeSantos before they truly found that club identity and went on a roll in year two as Hartford in possession here through Harry Swartz. Now Raymond Lee, Ryan Williams, Gadula. He'll get it forward into the center circle for Williams. DeVitt. It's moved wide right for Horde. Jorgensen. Ahead for Swartz. Ryan Williams, halfway line. Pushed back by Manella. And they'll send it all the way back to the keeper, Cropper.
Our good friend Mark Slubin has corrected me. I think that I've made this error twice now this season. Adonijah Reed has scored a hat trick for Ottawa Fury FC. That one coming in New York against Red Bulls 2. So we haven't had a Fury player net one at home, but we do have one in their history books.
Jorgensen goes forward. Good tackle by Mayer Jaguar. Here goes Chris Manella right up the middle. Oh, that's good tracking back from Angulo to win it for Hartford. Ryan Williams. Elliot Horde down the right flank. Laid ahead by Nicky Downs. This goes out for a Hartford throw. Jorgensen. Gadula. Raymond Lee. Working against Dixon. Ball in, headed clear by Mayer Jaguar. Manella on the right. And he'll win a Fury throw. Midway through this first half, Fury leading 3-0. 2 goals from the spot. Hadji Berry and Cristiano Francois getting into the action with a stunning strike as well.
Ottawa conceded 10 goals and scored just 2 in that 4-game losing streak, and what that did was certainly tamper with their goal differential, which they'd love to see kind of spruced up a bit more, now at +9 with the 3 goals here this afternoon. So as they continue this push towards the playoffs and the dogfight that they're potentially going to be in with North Carolina, albeit they're at a goal difference of +18. St. Louis is just at 3, Birmingham at -10. So I think safe with those behind them, but could certainly do themselves a favor by carrying on the offensive pace that they've started this game with, much like Tampa Bay did last night with that 6-1 win over Bethlehem. And as they continue that dogfight atop the USL East standings. Tied for first with New York and Indy, all on 56 points. Nashville's on 55. And Tampa right now with the best goal differential in the East.
Fury's won a corner here through Haji Berry, goes off of Sem DeVitt. Coming across to take this is Kevin Oliveira. It'll be a right-footed in-swinger. Far corner flag. Fury with 5 players in the 6-yard box. Crowding the goal line area. Here's the 25th minute corner from Oliveira. And it goes beyond everyone near touchline. It'll be a Hartford throw. Just weeks remaining. The pressure is officially on. And for our American viewers, you can tune into ESPN 3 on October 2nd, 9 Eastern. El Paso taking on Fresno. It's the Locomotive and the Foxes. 9 p.m. Eastern, October 2nd. Wednesday night soccer on ESPN 3 in the United States of America. Fury regained possession here. Francois, good movement. Quick little 1-2 with Haji Berry, and ball is deflected out for a Fury corner.
Some close moments there. We almost saw a third penalty awarded. So much speed from Cristiano Francois, but Raymond Lee was very careful with the contact in the penalty area, but a corner now nonetheless for the Fury.
Right-footed, out-swinging corner from the near corner flag. Coming up, Kevin Oliveira in the 27th minute. Once again, Ottawa crowding the box. Low delivery, comes back out, and the shot from Thiago is blocked by Jorgensen. I wonder if I can go down after the game and get some Danish tips from Mads.
For your upcoming travels, think that'd help you out?
I need all the help I can get, Graham.
You said it, not me, friend. You excited for your travels?
I am. I'm excited. Mainly for the, it's not very often you get a group stage derby in European action. But Europa League, Malmo against Copenhagen, I'm very excited about that game.
I bet you are.
A little Valerenga, a little Hammarby. Should be a good trip. 3-0 Fury, 28th minute. Hartford in possession at the back. Here's DeVitt. Lee ahead towards Dixon. Won by Ottawa's Dixon. And Jamar plays it across for Thomas Mayer-Jaguar. Now to Callum Irving.
Really like the game from Jamar Dixon on Wednesday night, and that's continued over here this afternoon, AJ. And a guy who was a key part of this squad the last couple years.
The flag is up on Cristiano Francois. Pace continues to give Hartford some struggles. Sorry, go on.
Hasn't had the consistency in the squad this season, but we have seen when called upon, you get that calm, composed play of Jamar Dixon, and his experience continues to shine through, and really like the look that he's given Ottawa once again in this all-Canadian back four this afternoon. 6 Canadians in Ottawa's starting lineup today. Another 6 available on the substitutes bench.
Another Fury throw coming here in the 29th minute, leading 3-0. For our fans in the U.S., you can continue to enjoy USL on ESPN through the 2022 season. With USL excited to announce the championship and League One will remain with the leader in sports for 3 more seasons. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home of all things USL, and at least 19 games a year will be featured on the ESPN family of networks, including 9 on ESPN Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus in the United States of America. Hartford in possession. Worked wide left. As it takes a deflection right to Thiago. Trying to get it forward to Cristiano Francois. Back is Gadula, but you can see the trouble that Francois is creating. Gadula went down, and great sportsmanship there from Francois, helping him back up. As Hartford push forward Jorgensen. Heavy touch, it comes to Charlie Ward. Now Boskovic. And this is headed out by DeVitt for an Ottawa throw. Played a half hour here, and it's 3-0 Fury. Charlie Ward. Head for Francois. Wide right Dixon, just inside the Hartford half. Cristiano Francois with a turn. Little 1-2 with Oliveira. Oh, great ball. Here's Oliveira onto his left foot. Lays it off. Barry! Oh! Hadji Barry just put it above the bar. I think he was trying to set him up for the hat trick, but nonetheless, great work. Fun to watch with Barry, Oliveira, and Francois linking up, and just a yard away from being 4-0.
It was a great link up, but Oliveira should have been shooting. He turns, he's at the top of the 18. There's nothing in front of him but the goalkeeper. You need to shoot from there, and then you see he and Francois get crossed over, and he has to lay it off to Barry, and his effort sails over the bar. And that's all for being unselfish, but your center or goal, have a go.
That's why I think he was thinking about Hadji Barry on that hat trick. 32nd minute, 3-0 Fury.
Well, shots now 6-1, favoring Ottawa after that last opportunity.
And it's a Fury goal kick. Should mention that the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy, which allows clubs at all levels across the USL in the United States to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Hartford in possession. Not for long. Here's Cristiano Francois. Bet you thought I was going to bring negative energy onto the broadcast, but that ain't the case, Mr. Ivory, today.
No, but I'm thinking that we need to have like a picture-in-picture for the viewing audience so they can just watch how you broadcast the game. Because I shouldn't be the only one, along with our production crew, that gets to enjoy this view.
Thiago now to Charlie Ward. Here's Thiago.
But I am impressed with your positive outlook today.
Well, you know what? You can't carry over things day to day. One day ends and the next one starts.
No, you never carry things over.
I haven't today.
Yeah. Day one.
For our viewers in Hartford and across the United States on our ESPN family of networks, the other football team in Canada's capital not doing very well this year. They might have lost 40-7 to a now 3-win team yesterday, but nonetheless, we're focused on the positive and a terrific Fury performance here today. Oliveira thought he was fouled. It comes back inside the Fury half. Here's Boskovic. Elliot Horde for Hartford sends it out a touch. It will be an Ottawa throw. Maxim Tissot gets it in for Oliveira, and he's able to...
I have no idea how that was not a foul. Look, I get that, Philip Dujic might feel that he's given a few calls Ottawa's way in this game, but that was a clear two-handed shove on the back from Sem DeVitt. There you go. Oliveira gets a conversation with the official, and we move on.
35th minute goal kick for Hartford. Dixon ahead to Cristiano Francois, one back by Lee as DeVitt controls and gets it to Angulo. Down the right flank off Elliot Horde, and this will be a Fury throw.
If Charleston loses or draws today, that will clinch a playoff spot for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Here's Francois again, up the middle. Oliveira trying to lay it off to Francois, and DeVitt comes across, but Tiago wins it back for Ottawa. There's Tiago. Off the pass from Jamar Dixon. Oh, nice little back heel from Oliveira. Ahead Hadji Berry. Flag is up. Flag is up for offside. It was a very close decision. I don't know if it was a millimeter close.
Yeah,
VAR
it wasn't Hung Sung Ming close, but
he's offside.
Yeah, he's half a body off as opposed to fingernail, but I'm not bitter.
Hey, they had one that was about a foot offside the other way that VAR overturned, so.
The Leicester?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was clear and obvious.
It was a foot offside. It's not like he was 2 yards offside.
There was 3 players in an offside position. We'll debate this further on corner kicks on Monday night, AJ.
Look forward to that. Fury free kick. Tiago is fouled inside the Fury half. 37th minute. 3-0 Ottawa.
Ball movement from today from Ottawa has been fantastic, and it's great to see this movement back going for Ottawa with that boost of confidence they got Wednesday night, and so far a great start to this one. Need this to carry on through for a complete 90 as they ready for North Carolina next week. 5 games remaining after today in the regular season.
Here's Tissot. Cuts in and gives it a go with his left foot and skies it as he was able to beat the first defender, Nicky Downs.
Once he cut inside, you could tell he was going to have a go. I think he would like to have been in a couple more yards before letting that one fly. A bit too much on that, got way underneath the ball. Certainly great to see Tissot back in the squad and getting some regular playing time after dealing with such a rash of injuries. And that long-term injury that he had to come back from after last year.
Comes back to Cropper in the Hartford penalty area, now to Jorgensen. Out on the left, Raymond Lee. Trying to spring Harry Swartz. Couldn't get to it. And it will be a goal kick for Ottawa, 39th minute. Fury lead 3-0.
37th minute in Charleston. Score remains 0-0 between the Battery and North Carolina FC. A couple other games in USL action tonight, both kicking off at 7 p.m. Eastern. Austin Bold home to Las Vegas Lights, and OKC Energy will host Sacramento Republic FC. OKC Energy in desperate need of a win tonight to try and get back into the playoff picture, and collision of heads there between Thiago and Sem DeVitt. Immediately blown dead, and trainers on the field to tend to both players.
So 40th minute, and both Thiago and DeVitt being attended to, and DeVitt gets up and now making sure that Thiago's okay, and now he helps him up. So a nice bit of sportsmanship there.
And a second look at it. Oof. Yeah, never easy. That never feels good. Front of the forehead for DeVitt, kind of catching Thiago kind of around the left temple.
Well, both look like they're able to carry on here, and both will come back into the proceedings. 40 minutes played. Fury leading 3-0. 2 penalties from Hadji Barry in the 2nd and 16th. And then Cristiano Francois scoring in the 18th with an absolute beauty. Hartford attacking down the right flank. Elliot Horde working against Tissot. Nicky Downs. Logan Gadula. Ryan Williams back to Gadula, halfway line. DeVitt looking for Downs. Goes into the Fury 18-yard box, and it'll be scooped up by keeper Callum Irving. Mayer Jaguar for Irving. Boscovich able to run past Downs. Ball down the left side. Here's Hadji Barry on a hat trick. His ball, he tried to get that into Oliveira. Broken up. Horde couldn't keep possession. Here's Dixon for Ottawa. Cristiano Francois. Good defending by Lee. And the ex-Philadelphia Union player gets it forward, but Fury win it back. Here's Francois off the ball from Manella. Cuts into the middle, back towards the byline with the cross, looking for Oliveira, and DeVitt with a very important interception here in the 43rd minute to prevent possible 4th Fury goal.
Yeah, Oliveira was just hovering around the penalty spot, just salivating, watching that ball come towards him, and great read by Sem DeVitt to step forward and make that clearance after another great run down that right channel by Cristiano Francois.
Oh, Fury win it here through Manella as they attack. Good ball from Oliveira trying to spring Hadji Barry, but Elliot Horde able to deal with that as the offside flag is up on Alex Dixon of Hartford. 2 minutes plus stoppage time remaining here in the first half. Fury leading 3-0. Maybe they could cut some wood cookies here for every Fury goal, since it hasn't really happened very often at TD Place this year.
Saving on gas for those chainsaws this year, unfortunately.
One minute of stoppage time, that's what we're hearing. So
maybe they could like light a log on fire when the Fury score, right? Like The Flames, the Fury thing, right? Whew.
How's that for the environment?
Oh, gosh. Here we go. Election time. Give us your pitch, AJ.
Oh,
here we go. Here we go.
Vote, but make sure you bring here's my pitch.
Oh, no. Remember, this is soccer.
No, I'm going to keep this very simple. Vote. It's very important to vote. Here's Hadji Berry. Down the left. Lays it off. Kevin Oliveira with a shot and a good save near post by Cropper as Hadji Berry and Oliveira continue to work some magic.
Like that very sneaky Kevin Oliveira trying it at the near post because you'd think that he had two options to play that back to. Well read by Cody Cropper. But work still to be done for Hartford here on this Ottawa corner.
Right-footed in-swinger coming up. Far corner flag from Kevin Oliveira. Fury with 5 players inside the penalty area as Miriam Marcotte holds up the board that says 1 minute of stoppage time. Header goes off of Mayor Jaguar, out for a Hartford throw. I'll keep this very succinct.
Okay.
It's very important. We live in a democracy that you go out and exercise your right to vote. But I encourage anyone to hold your nose and vote for the least objectionable. How's that?
Okay.
I think that's fair.
I'm by me.
Fury push forward. Tiago. Oliveira on the left side. Oliveira brought down. Referee says play on. I think.
I don't think you're gonna.
No, you're not gonna.
You
get
could
a
get
hat-trick
bowled
of penalties.
over, and it isn't gonna happen, unfortunately.
And there's the halftime whistle. Well, dominant from Ottawa Fury right from the outset. Kevin Oliveira.
It was a penalty
yeah,
too.
That's what I thought too. Kevin Oliveira has already won 2 penalties, both converted by Hadji Berry, and then a third goal converted on a beauty from Cristiano Francois. 3-0, Ottawa Fury FC leading Hartford Athletic at halftime.
How good a half have we seen from Ottawa in quite some time, and they got off to the right start. They moved the ball well. They finished their chances, which is such a key thing for a period of time when they were struggling to score. The opportunities was there, but they couldn't find the back of the net. Doing everything right through 45 minutes. They need to make sure the foot stays on the gas in this second half.
Coming up, Gordon Smith will join us for halftime. 3-0 the score. Fury lead. This is Ottawa Fury FC Soccer.
This program brought to you by Gabriel Pizza. Gabriel Pizza, home of the bigger, better pizza. Now available online at GabrielPizza.com.
These photos I had to dig for because I would hide from photos. I didn't want to be acknowledged. What I would say to my former self is just get started, just begin. Go into Good Life, meet with the trainer, go to a class, just start.
Come on, come on.
Come on, go make some friends.
It's so tough to give them a run in the city, but they really love it here. Be gentle, be gentle.
We're making friends.
See the one that, well, it's just going in circles?
Yeah.
That's mine.
Off.
Come on, time to go. Come here.
The all-new cross
Come
trick.
here. Now.
It's up for
Oh,
it.
no. Oh, there he goes.
I just shampooed him this morning.
There are 8 million kids in Canada. By the time I finish this sentence, 6 of us will be cyberbullied. By the end of the month, 1 million. Bullied. We're not okay with that.
Welcome back inside TD Place. It's halftime here, and for those watching online, game of Quidditch taking place on the field. It's part of the halftime as it's kind of Harry Potter themed afternoon here today at TD Place, and everything. Lots of wizardry from Ottawa Fury here today. 3-0 they lead through 45 minutes against Hartford Athletic FC. All right, have a look now here at some of the highlights from USL Week 29.
Let's go with the left foot, Jamal Johnson. Puts it in. What a goal! Perfectly placed. With one touch to settle, and now it's five at the top of the net. Flag stays down, and Indy 11 has a one. Ball struck towards the 18, headed on, and headed home.
Inside glancing header, and he caps it off with the goal of the night.
I think they want dangerous play call. That one served in the back of the net. Fresno out of nowhere.
Milton serves it in to the back post. It's off the woodwork and it's in.
That's in the back of the net.
Another cross into the corner, and Hubbard does even better.
Moberg's gonna take a shot on goal with a cross and a fantastic save.
Good shot for Blackwood. Nice play by Van Oakland
to force him to give the ball up.
Illich saved. Curls and scores! Oh, Seguro! Moshobani again. Back heel, Moshobani! He did it again!
Whips it in, finds the back post. Oh, what a finish, Arturo Rodriguez. Blue ball though, Demas the other way. Demas saved by Hara.
In the middle, still Jaden Nelson. His shot, it's saved again by Giuliano Chache.
Wide open. Fitzgerald covering the mark. Still Rodriguez and stopped by Fitzgerald.
Welcome back to our halftime as we have a look at some news and notes from around the USL. Groundbreaking. Mecklenburg County, North Carolina breaks ground on American Legion Memorial Stadium, future home of the Charlotte Independents. They've clinched. New York Red Bulls 2, Indy 11, the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and Nashville SC have all clinched so far in the Eastern Conference. Pittsburgh Riverhounds could clinch today if the Charleston Battery lose or draw. And California, here we come. USL San Diego announces it will begin play in the USL Championship for the 2020 season. As we have a look at some of our out-of-town scores, and the one that is most important to this one, Charleston Battery have pulled out a lead in that opening half. 1-0 the Battery lead, North Carolina FC. And while Charleston are chasing Ottawa, Ottawa's also chasing North Carolina, who they will face next week. So as far as Fury FC are concerned, that's a favorable result through 45 minutes there. Austin Bold and Las Vegas Lights underway at 7 o'clock tonight, as are OKC Energy and Sacramento Republic, as OKC Energy could certainly use a big 3 points to get back into the playoff picture in the Western Conference. As we have a look at the USL Championship standings, at least for the Eastern Conference anyways, it's a logjam at the top. 56 points for New York Red Bulls 2, Indy 11, and the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Indy 11 have 2 games in hand on both New York and the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Nashville also in the mix there, 1 point back on 55. 3 points back of them is the Pittsburgh Riverhounds on 52. They also have 2 games in hand on most of those that are in front of them. Louisville with that big 5-3 win over New York Red Bulls 2 last night. They sit on 50 points, so they're as close to the top as they are to the teams kind of below them. North Carolina on 47, Ottawa on 42. If things hold out here this afternoon, they'd be on 45 points. 2 back in North Carolina, pending the result. And Charleston stays the same, and Ottawa would still hold the game in hand going to North Carolina next week. So big important results today. And of course, St. Louis FC holding down 9th spot after their loss 1-0 to Memphis last night. And Birmingham Legion picking up a massive 3 points against Indy 11 on Friday. They hold down the 10th and final playoff spot on 39 points with 5 games remaining.
And I think those standings right there show how important that win was on Wednesday for the Ottawa Fury, because they would have been sitting tied with Birmingham with 39 points, albeit with the game in hand. But you've now given yourself a little bit of breathing space, and the way that first 45 minutes has gone, you've got a little bit more breathing space coming up as well. Just got to maintain, see out these final 45 minutes and pick up another 3 big points. And keep your fingers crossed that, yes, North Carolina does drop points and you can keep them within 2 points.
All right, the snitch has been found on the field.
There we go.
All right, we'll take a break now, and our halftime will continue after this. This is Ottawa Fury FC Soccer.
This program brought to you by Gabriel Pizza. Gabriel Pizza, home of the bigger, better pizza. Now available online at GabrielPizza.com.
I waited till I was 49, 4 months short of my 50th birthday to start. Wish I'd started a lot earlier. Just start. The first step's the hardest. It's never a direct route to get there. What better investment can you make? Because without health, we've got nothing.
All right, everyone got everything?
Let's go.
I have to go pee.
All right, okay.
All right,
Okay.
here we go.
Wait, Dad, hold on. Something.
Okay.
All right.
I need my pillow. Christopher!
No. You can't take that.
The brand new 3-row Subaru Ascent. The perfect family SUV for your mostly perfect family.
There are 8 million kids in Canada. By the time I finish this sentence, 6 of us will be cyberbullied. By the end of the month, 1 million. Bullied. We're not okay with that.
Welcome back inside TD Place. Our halftime rolls on. Fury FC 3-0 to the better over Hartford Athletic through 45 minutes. Before we get into second half action, let's see how it all came together in that opening half with our first half highlights brought to you by Budweiser. It didn't take long, Gord, for things to get going for Ottawa Fury FC.
Well, it was a wonderful start, and then it got better, and then it got better still. There was a straightforward penalty kick, as you're going to see, that keeper just light on that. Hadjiberry, cool as a cucumber, just stroking it into the opposite side of the goal, and a wonderful start for Nikola Popovic. The second penalty, I'm not quite sure if it possibly may have been on the outside, but doesn't matter. Penalty given. Goalkeeper does get a hand on it this time, deflects it only into goal, and we become 2-0, and that wonderful start just continues. This goal here just exemplifies every single thing that's so crucial about Cristiano Francois' game. The ability to have his goal, have his back to the defender, the ability to spin on a dime, and then to finish off with a wonderful strike like that. Absolutely fantastic. Congratulations to the young man after a difficult week that he has had.
Yeah, no, fantastic stuff from Cristiano Francois. We have a look at our halftime stats brought to you by Rico, and you can see why we are where we are. 3-0 Ottawa in front on 10 shots to 1, 4 of those on target. Possession 45-55 favoring Hartford. Offsides have been close. You can tell that both sides really pushing the threshold. Just goes to show at least while it may not be going Hartford's way, still how in sync that back four has been, albeit maybe Ottawa jumping the gun a little bit much there. But my goodness, Ottawa's back line, because you look, in that 4-game losing streak, 10 goals against, very uncharacteristic of this side. You talked about it in the pregame. Thomas Maier-Giguère, Robert Boscovich, really looking like a solid tandem down the middle. Jamar Dixon, second straight game now in at right back. Maxim Tissot, been in and out of left back and playing left wing up front. So very solid, all Canadian back four, looking very good through 45 minutes. Certainly haven't been contested as much as they were Wednesday night against the Tampa Bay Rowdies, but nonetheless, certainly have made things a lot easier on Callum Irving.
It's all about chemistry. We talk about it so much during the course of the season. It's all about being familiar with your defensive partner. And as we said, 3 games in a row now, those 2 young lads. And again, 2 young lads that have come on, they're playing extremely well together, aware of each other on the park at all times. Boscovich a lot of times goes and wins the header. Thomas himself is able to win headers, but I just think overall that first half performance is just feeding off what we saw on Wednesday, the improvement from the 4 games that were losses. And again, now it's just about going out there, finish it off, try and add to the goal difference if you can, but above all else, don't pick up any injuries.
And of course the question now, can Ottawa continue this on in that second 45? We've seen it a couple times this year. They've had some very impressive opening 45 minutes, and then you kind of hit halftime, and whether you feel home and dry or whatever, you don't get that same thing going through the second half. You can continue to bolster your goal differential. You want to put this one to bed. Make sure you're ready for that game next weekend.
Yeah, and the last thing you want to happen is for anyone to get sent off, because we know Ottawa struggles against 10 men. Anyway, but here in Wonder Crew substitutions coming in, we'll finish that off as the game kicks off the second half.
Dakota Barnathan is coming in to start this second half in place of Robert Boscovich. Ryan Williams in on the challenge there, collides with Jamar Dixon. Dixon maintains possession for Ottawa, battling with Lee. Now Alex Dixon down the left side, tries to get goal side of Thomas Maier-Giguère, who made a great play, and sends that one out for a Hartford corner here inside the opening minute of this second half.
'47th minute. It's a Hartford corner. As they work it in, and it's cleared away by Boscovich. Here's Ryan Williams.
Oh, great save.
Comes back to Vitt, shot, that skied over the bar. And it's a goal kick for Fury.
Great read by Callum Irving as a dangerous ball played in between the penalty spot and the top of the 6-yard box, and Alex Dixon there lurking, looking for his 6th goal of the season on that delivery from Angulo. Gets a poke to it, and Callum Irving arms up, and a great save inside the opening 2 minutes of this second half.
So it's a Fury throw here, 48th minute. Ottawa going right to left here in this second half, leading 3-0. 2 goals from Hadji Berry, 1 from Cristiano Francois. Comes back to Charlie Ward. Lays it off and gets it back in the middle. Looks to get it wide right for Francois. Manella plays it to Dixon. Francois. It's a Fury throw. Francois. Handball. Free kick Fury inside the Hartford half. Fury in their 4-3-3 like we saw. Well, we've seen all season long. Callum Irving in goal. Back four of Tissot, Mayer, Jaguar, Boscovich, Dixon, Thiago, Ward, and Manella in midfield. Barry, Oliveira, and Francois up top. Here's the delivery, and oh, what a delivery it was by Oliveira, and the header is stopped by Cody Cropper. As Dakota Barnathan, a second half substitute who's come on for Robert Boscovich, got his head to that.
Well, that was a great delivery from Kevin Oliveira, and Dakota Barnathan timed his run perfectly. Good header on target right at the feet of Cody Cropper, and he's able to make contact and sky that one away.
The 4-4-2 from Hartford. It's Cropper in goal, Lee, Gadula, DeVitt, and Horde at the back. Dixon, Williams, Jorgensen, and Downs in midfield. Swartz and Angulo up top. As Haji Berry, looks like he won a corner, but yeah, he's changed his mind, the referee. It is a corner for Fury. 51st minute, and it's 3-0 Ottawa. Right-footed in-swinger, near corner flag. Oliveira to deliver. Fury again crowding the box. Here's the delivery, and it goes straight out for a goal kick. 51st minute, 3-0 Fury.
You bias at 50-50 at halftime?
Not today.
Come on.
Gave my donation
Got kids to feed, man.
To the OSEG Foundation last night.
Okay.
It's Hartford. Oh, good attacking move down the right side. Swartz. It's good work by Tissot to track back. As it comes into the middle, and Oliveira gets there before Downs. And this will go out for a Hartford throw. Sent forward, but the flag is up against Alex Dixon. Offside. Barely. Irving launches it into the Hartford half. Jamar Dixon chests it down, working against Angulo, who wins it for Lee. Goes out for a Fury throw. Dixon. Nifty little back heel from Oliveira, and Free kick goes Hartford's way. The second half, you just want to ensure no injuries, no cards, and no bad habits. Just see it through. From a Fury perspective, can't control all of that, but right now it certainly feels like the 3 points are theirs. Hartford launching it forward. It's headed away by Dakota Barnathan. And now Hartford wins a corner down the right side. Goes off Tiago and out. Right-footed outswinger near corner flag. Doesn't get past the first defender, Tiago. It'll be a Hartford throw. Fury gained control. Here's Manella. Back to Irving. Sends it forward. It comes back. Here's Dixon. Wide right. Link up play. Oliveira and Francois. Knocked away by Gadula. Jorgensen for Hartford. Now DeVitt. Wide right. Horde. Ahead to Downs. Hartford throw. 56th minute. 3-0 Fury. Center circle, Gadula. It's played wide right by Downs. Across, right into the arms. The Fury keeper, Callum Irving, sends it forward. Cristiano Francois latches onto it. Looks to cut inside Lee. Gets past Lee. Can't lay it off, called for the foul. Free kick. Hartford, they take it quickly.
Well, that was very good defending by Raymond Lee because Cristiano Francois had him turned inside out as he tried to gain back body position. Had to be very careful not to bring the speedy Francois down. Able to win the ball back, and now Hartford coming back the other way.
Gadula. Ahead for Williams. Downs to Angulo. On to Swartz. Cleared away. Back into the Hartford half. DeVitt back to goal. Cody Cropper. DeVitt for Williams. And on the left side, Swartz is fouled. Free kick about 25 yards out, far touchline.
Second half has just started in Charleston, and North Carolina has wasted no time getting back into that one. They have just equalized. It's 1-1 in the 52nd minute.
Implications on two fronts there for Ottawa Fury, but a win today should all but secure a spot in the postseason. Free kick, Ryan Williams. And that's headed away by Tiago. Comes back to Williams on the left. He'll curl this in. flicked on towards the back post, and that's clearly offside as came to DeVitt, and he put it over the bar anyways. Fury with player down here in the 59th minute. Is that Max Tissot?
If the trainer get out of the way. Yeah, it looks like Max.
Looks like he's okay. So 60th minute, 3-0 Fury. And right now, looking like 3 points will be theirs, which would put them 5 points out of 6th. And depending on the result today with North Carolina, if results hold and they get a point, they'd be a 3 back of North Carolina with a game in hand, and of course a game in Cary next week against the former Carolina Railhawks. Missed that name. Fury push forward now, Chris Manella. On the left side, Cristiano Francois with a shot, and that goes over the bar. Goal kick.
He did everything right but the finish as Francois times his run perfectly, cuts inside. Couldn't find the target as he gets clear lane to shoot.
So he played an hour. Fury leading 3-0. Second minute penalty won by Oliveira. Cashed in by Hadji Berry. Then Kevin Oliveira won another penalty in the 16th minute. Hadji Berry scored again. And then in the 18th minute, a piece of individual brilliance from Cristiano Francois, and that's where we stand right now as Swartz moves it ahead. The shot, and the flag is up for offside against Alex Dixon. And again, Callum Irving equal to the task anyways, making the save.
It's the first time since 2017 when Ottawa has scored 3 goals in the first half. En route to a 4-0 victory that particular day over FC Cincinnati. It was 3-0 at halftime.
Here's Kevin Oliveira. He's it back to Tissot. Thiago. Jamar Dixon. Charlie Ward. Moves this wide left. Tissot. His ball into the middle looking for Hadji Berry. Cut off and cleared away by Jorgensen. It'll be a Fury throw. 62nd minute. Leading 3-0. Again, next Saturday they'll be in Cary, North Carolina, just outside Raleigh for that game against North Carolina FC. And then back home on Wednesday, October the 2nd. To face Indy 11 before traveling to Kansas City. They'll play Swope Park Rangers. And a home game on the 12th against Bethlehem Steel. And then in Charlotte to finish the season. So basically the next 2 games, the most difficult in the run-in at North Carolina, home to Indy. They could make a run here if they continue this form from the last week. Manella. The cross. Headed away Barnathan steps up now. Gets it to Tiago. Here's Charlie Ward. Center circle. Jamar Dixon. His ball met by Gadula. Manella battles with Ryan Williams, who wins it back to Gadula. Cross for DeVitt. Ahead for Jorgensen. Wide right for Horde. Closed down by Tissot. Now Jorgensen. Played ahead towards Dixon. Alex Dixon here. Cuts into the middle. Has a man on the left. Plays it. Angulo trying to cut it onto his right foot. Goes back towards the byline. That's good defending from Jamar Dixon. And goes off Callum Irving and out for a Hartford corner in the 64th minute. Dixon made sure that the only route for Angulo was the byline, not giving up the middle. As the corner comes in, right-footed in-swinger on the delivery, and they've got one back. It's 3-1. It's Angulo. So off the set piece, Jose Angulo able to cash in. It was Ryan Williams with the delivery on the corner, and Angulo makes it 3-1.
Third time Jose Angulo has scored here at TD Place. First time since 2015 when he was with the Fort Lauderdale Strikers, and Callum Irving diving out to get that one. Can't get anything on it. And Angulo is right side of goal of Chris Manella and is able to get the left foot to that one and slot it into the empty goal to pull one back for the visitors.
Well, Ottawa can't relax at this stage, as Hartford has some confidence and they push forward down the right side here. It's Horde, byline, gets it across, and he had two players inside the 6-yard box. Couldn't connect as it comes back into the middle. Shot by Angulo, doesn't get through. Headed away by Ward, comes back to Angulo. 20 yards out, couldn't get the shot away. Back comes Ottawa countering. Here's Manella, now to Kevin Oliveira as Barry to his left. Lays it off, Hadji Barry beats a defender, and he scores! Beauty. It's Hadji Barry. It's the first ever Ottawa Fury FC hat trick at TD Place. And Fury lead 4-1, 66th minute. Terrific answer right after the Hartford goal.
Oh, you said it perfectly, AJ. A terrific answer after conceding that goal to Hartford. Laid off perfectly. Hadji Barry gets beyond Sem DeVitt and makes no mistake, beating Cody Cropper at the back post. And he restores Ottawa's 3-goal lead.
Well, that's a way to respond. I mean, you give up the goal, and boy, they had an opportunity right after the goal. That cross was a little more accurate. We could be talking 3-2 in a matter of moments, but Fury catch Hartford out with a brilliant counterattack, and at 4-1 once again, hard to imagine Fury not collecting all 3 points.
And Jeremy Gagnon-Lapierre is kitted out and ready to come into this match as he's waiting next to the 4th official, so I'm sure the next break in play will see him come into this match.
Good challenge there by Charlie Ward. As Fury win it back again. Hadji Barry trying to return the favor to Kevin Oliveira just beyond him, and Cropper gains control.
Hearing that Gagnon-Lapierre will be replacing Cristiano Francois, who's had an impressive game here this afternoon himself. Everything we expect from him we saw here today. And as Gord said in our halftime, that goal that he scored was everything that makes Cristiano Francois a dangerous player on display.
Push wide right. And here's a chance for Nicky Downs. Plays it into the 18-yard box and wins a corner. This is how Hartford just scored their opening goal, although this time it'll be from the near corner flag. Right-footed outswinger from Ryan Williams. Here's the delivery. And it's cleared away right to Kevin Oliveira, working against Swartz. He'll play it into the middle, Charlie Ward. And for Haji Berry, oh boy, very important defending there.
I would say very fortunate defending as it clipped the heel of Raymond Lee, and now he remains down as I think he might have rolled his ankle on the subsequent play. But again, the ball movement from Ottawa this afternoon has been fantastic through the midfield. We haven't seen this in a number of games, and you could tell that this was a team that just needed to get that monkey off the back, and they did so in a big way Wednesday night, and that is carried over most prominently here this afternoon as a man who scored one of the four here today, Cristiano Francois, is applauded by the fans for his return to the lineup, and Francois will check out. Jeremy Gagnon-Laparé will check in.
Second substitution for Ottawa Fury. And a nice hand for Cristiano Francois.
I honestly can't, I could be wrong on this, but I think that's the first time Francois is subbed out of a game that he started this season.
So Raymond Lee testing that leg of his. Hartford will bring on a couple of substitutes. Looks like Wojciech Vucik is getting ready, along with Danny Bedoya. Foul against Jeremy Gagnon-Laparé, and that'll be a quick yellow card. First player booked today, and that didn't take him long. Just on the pitch. Sorry, Chris Manella with the yellow. So first player booked for either team. So the two changes here, you've got Vucik in for Harry Swartz. And Nicky Downs is replaced by Danny Bedoya. Bedoya, Colombian on loan from NYCFC, and Vucik, Polish forward. He's played in Finland along with Indy 11 and OKC.
Vucik has 5 goals, 3 assists on the year for Hartford, who now has 4 players on 5 goals this season. Angulo got his 5th here today. Dixon came in with 5, as did Vucik, and Sebastian Dalgard, who's not in the lineup today, has 5 goals as well.
So both teams have used 2 of their possible 3 subs, and can never have enough Polish players on the field, Graham.
No bias at all. Our third man in today, Gordon Smith, doing some behind-the-scenes stats for us. Cristiano Francois subbed out twice this season, once back in May in Hartford, as well as the game in Pittsburgh in June, although that one was in the 93rd minute, so I suppose technically he still got his 90 in.
Manella to Gagnon Laparé. There's a wide left for Tissot. Ward, not enough on the ball, back to Barnathan. And it's Vucic with his first touch. Now Angulo. Byline Gadula. Good defending there. Winning it back is Thomas Meyer-Giguère. His ball met by DeVitt, and from the halfway line sends it all the way out for a Fury goal kick, 75th minute, and a 4-1 Ottawa lead as they look to stay in 8th and push North Carolina FC for 7th going into that 6-pointer next week on the road.
And that game through 69 minutes remains locked at 1-1. Charleston scoring just before halftime and North Carolina pulling things level early in that second half.
Hartford in possession, DeVitt. Now to Horde. Pushes it forward and Dixon leaves it there for Gadula. Gadula halfway line. His ball down the left, met by Jamar Dixon. Into space for Charlie Ward. Quarter of an hour plus stoppage time remaining. A Hadji Berry hat trick has Ottawa in front 4-1. Cristiano Francois with the other goal. Dixon down the right wins a Fury throw.
13 shots to 5 favoring Ottawa. They had 10 in the first half. Hartford looked much better in this second half with 4 shots, 2 of which have come on target. And they're still holding out well in the possession battle now at 59%, 67% just in the second half alone. But Ottawa quite content to letting them play through.
Charlie Ward, center circle, Chris Manella. Jeremy Gagnon Laparé, wide right, Jamar Dixon. Back inside the Fury half, it's Thomas Meyer-Giguère. Cross for his partner in central defense, Dakota Barnathan. Now Ward, inside the Hartford half. Lays it off for Chris Manella. Ahead looking for Gagnon Laparé, it's broken up, Hartford look to counter. Down the left comes Ryan Williams, and the touch goes off Angulo. He's frustrated with himself. It goes out for a Fury throw. 77th minute, 4-1 Ottawa. Jamar Dixon with the throw. Manella trying to win it back. It's Padoya. He gives up possession. Ball from Tissot. Doesn't get to Tiago, and here comes Dixon on the counter for Hartford. Works it wide right. Here's Horde. Alex Dixon. Ball down to the byline, but that'll be left out. It didn't get to Jorgensen, and it'll be a Fury goal kick, 79th minute, leading 4-1.
Going into next week's games in North Carolina, they will have the services of both Val Fowl, who is leading the team in scoring with 9 goals this season. The captain, Carl Howarth, will be back in the squad. Cristiano Francois, we saw returning to the lineup today, and now Adji Berry will be coming in off a hat trick. Perhaps more. We still got 12 minutes plus stoppage time to go, so lots of confidence, lots of weapons available to Nikola Popovic for next weekend's match, which could well decide Ottawa's positioning heading into the postseason.
55.05 the attendance here today in Ottawa. So above the season average. And again, just 2 home games remaining against Indy and Bethlehem. Charlie Ward in possession for Ottawa, back to Dakota Barnathan. Now Ward.
Ward coming into today with 1,780 passes to lead the USL, 200 passes more than his nearest competitor, and Tyler Gibson of Indy 11. Just shows the intrinsic part that he plays in that Ottawa midfield.
Hartford wins it back. It's Ryan Williams. Ahead on the right for Alex Dixon. Trying to cut inside. Gets it back onto his right foot. The shot on target. Right at the keeper. And Callum Irving makes the stop. 10 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Fury leading 4-1.
And it was talking about some of the weapons that Nikola Popovic will have in his arsenal going to North Carolina. We should also mention that in the press conference following Wednesday's match, he was talking about Moore Salmon, saying about how his return is imminent to the squad. And you think he had 7 goals in the 14 games he featured in for Ottawa. Hadji Berry now has 5 in this, his 9th game in Fury colors.
Ooh, good ball down the right for Hadji Berry. He's got Oliveira wide left. He lays it off to Oliveira with a volley and a good save made there by Cody Cropper. As we've seen Oliveira set up Berry today, and that time again Berry looking to return the favor, but it will be an Ottawa corner in the 82nd minute.
Well, a great effort from Kevin Oliveira to get on the end of that one, to hit the volley with the left foot, and Cropper was already inside his near post and had to reach back with the left arm to parry that one away.
Right-footed in-swinging corner coming in from Kevin Oliveira. Looking to pick out Mayer Jaguar. It comes back to Gagnon Laparé. Center circle, Manella. Cross for Tissot on the left. Gagnon Laparé. Ward. Manella for Ward. Ottawa just happy to keep possession here as they get it forward for Gagnon Laparé. Wide left now. Tissot, Gagnon Laparé. And this will go out for a Hartford goal kick.
Club record for goals in the game is 5, and that came back on the 27th of May of 2017 when Ottawa handed the Richmond Kickers a 5-3 loss here at TD Place.
Raymond Lee. Ball across, and that's sent towards goal off the cross from Angulo, and Vucic testing the keeper Callum Irving, who's able to, with his positioning, make a relatively routine stop.
Not often you see a chested attempt on goal, at least save for a back pass to the keeper from a defender. Good save by Irving all the same. Former Fury striker Giuseppe Gentile looks ready to come into this match.
4 goals in 16 Fury matches back in 2016. So out goes Jose Angulo, the Hartford goal scorer, and in comes former Fury player Gentile. Alex Dixon, his right foot with a shot, and unable to test Irving there. It goes wide for a goal kick, 85th minute, 4-1 Ottawa. Fury still have 1 sub at their disposal.
80th minute in Charleston, and the score remains 1-1 there between the Battery and NCFC. A much better half statistically for Hartford. 6 shots now in this half. 3 have found the target. Didn't have any in that opening half. But certainly found themselves behind the 8 ball early, and when you're down 3-0 before you hit the 20-minute mark, it's always a tough mountain to climb.
Here's Bedoya for Hartford. Headed away by Charlie Ward. Now it's Gagnon Lapare. Head on the left, Oliveira, left-footed drive, and a good save. Getting his hand to that was Cody Cropper, sending it wide to the far post for an Ottawa corner in the 86th minute.
Well, it's the best game we've seen from Kevin Oliveira in a while, too. He's drawn some penalty kicks for his side. He's had chances on goal. He's set goals up and forced a great save there from Cody Cropper. Again, just getting the left palm to that one to send it out for a corner.
Oliveira coming across to take this corner. It'll be a right-footed outswinger. Far corner flag. Lays it back to Charlie Ward. Gagnon Lapare looking to spring Oliveira. It's cut off by Lee. Goes out for a Hartford throw, 87th minute. Now a Fury throw from the near corner flag. Hadji Berry. Charlie Ward. Manella. Mayor Giguère. Back to Irving. Goes over the head of Gagnon Lapare, and DeVitt plays it back to the halfway line. One by Tissot for Thiago into the middle. Manella 35 yards out, and with his right foot didn't get what he wanted on that, and from distance plays it wide. It's a goal kick. 88th minute. Looks like Antoine Coupland's going to get some minutes here. The 15-year-old local product. That'll be the third and final sub for Fury. Barnathan back to Irving. Plays it high into the air over the head of DeWitt. They'll head it back to goal, grabbed by the keeper Cropper. Now on the left, it's Gentile. Coming across is Dixon to win it back for Ottawa. His ball headed away by Lee. Ward flicks it on to Gagnon-Lapierre. Tissot sends this forward. It'll be Oliveira, who will be replaced by Coupland. And the next stoppage. In the meantime, down the right goes Elliott Horde. Into the middle, Ryan Williams with a shot that goes over the bar. It'll be a goal kick, Fury. And here's the 89th minute sub. The final substitution today as Antoine Coupland gets another great ovation from the crowd here. And I'm sure part of that ovation reserved for the man coming off as well, and Kevin Oliveira, who had a very strong game.
Yeah, a very strong game today from Kevin Oliveira, and maybe it was part of what happened on Wednesday night. Not in the starting lineup, came into that game as a substitute, and don't know if that was just decision, message sending from Nikola Popovic, but Oliveira back into the starting lineup today, and an outstanding performance from the Cape Verdean here this afternoon, and you hear a loud round of applause for the young Antoine Coupland as he comes in for the final few minutes of this match.
Flicked on by Gagnon-Lapierre. This will be a Hartford throw. Raymond Lee. Another Hartford throw.
Wrong way.
3 minutes of stoppage time coming up here. It's Hartford push forward through Vucic. Gentile. Lee. Jorgensen. Manella trying to win it back. Barry in there as well.
Oof.
And looks like an injury for Jorgensen, holding his right knee.
That did not look comfortable at all. I think it was just the way he pivoted on that right knee. And he was down in a heap of agony as soon as it happened. And not a good sign for Mads Jorgensen. And they're calling for the stretcher to come on the field to help him off, and Fury training staff in there assisting as well.
Well, you hate to see that no matter what, especially at this stage of the game, with just a couple of minutes of stoppage time remaining, and hopefully he's going to be okay. So here comes the stretcher for Mads Jorgensen.
I'll tell you what, when this season comes to its conclusion and the USL puts together their highlight reel of top goals of the season, you're going to see one of the three that Mads Jorgensen has this season, an absolute rocket from about 25 yards out. I think that was back in the month of July. And we certainly hope the extent of this injury isn't too serious for Mads. Take a quick peek at the out-of-town score here. 87th minute. Remains 1-1 between the Charleston Battery and North Carolina FC, and should that result hold, it would still do Ottawa a favor, kind of in two ways, keeping both sides at bay of where Ottawa is in the standings, albeit they're 3 points here today, giving them significant distance from Charleston, who remain on the outside looking in of the playoff picture. Point today for Charleston will put them within 3 points of Birmingham, but they are level on games, both with 5 remaining. Win here today would put Ottawa up to 45. The draw would put North Carolina on 48. And Ottawa will have now 12 wins on the year to North Carolina's 13. Of course, wins being the first of those tiebreakers. So as we said, Ottawa will travel to North Carolina next Saturday before returning home on Wednesday, the 2nd of October, to host Indy 11. And then that weekend they'll go away to Swope Park Rangers before returning home on the 12th of October to take on Bethlehem Steel, their final game of the regular season at TD Place, and will close out the regular season October 19th in Charlotte against the Independents, as Mads Jorgensen gets a round of applause from the crowd here as he is stretchered off.
Well, that's tough to watch. You can just tell. You could tell immediately when he clutched his knee, and players from both sides immediately, along with the referee, just motioning right away for some help. And hopefully it's not too serious and there's some sort of speedy recovery. Not the way you want to see a game conclude. So probably another couple minutes to go. I know we're 5 minutes into stoppage time, but there was at least a 4-minute delay there. Bedoya, Dixon, Hartford push forward. And you know what? They're just calling her a day. And for Ottawa Fury, terrific performance. And it started early, up 3-0 in the first 18 minutes. Goals from Hadji Berry from the spot, and then Cristiano Francois, and Berry completes his hat trick right after Jose Angulo had snared one back in the second half. 4-1, Ottawa wins, and playoffs a virtual certainty now. Back with our post-match show in a moment. This is Ottawa Fury FC Soccer.
These photos I had to dig for because I would hide from photos. I didn't want to be acknowledged. What I would say to my former self is just get started, just begin. Go into Good Life, meet with the trainer, go to a class, just start.
Come on, come on.
Come on, go make some friends.
It's so tough to give them a run in the city, but they really love it here. Be gentle, be gentle.
We're making friends. See the one that, well, it's just going in circles?
Yeah.
That's mine. Off!
Come on, time to go. Come here.
The all-new Crosstrek.
Come here. Now.
It's up for
Oh,
it.
no. Oh, there he goes.
I just shampooed him this morning.
There are 8 million kids in Canada. By the time I finish this sentence, 6 of us will be cyberbullied. By the end of the month, 1 million. Bullied. We're not okay with that.
Welcome back inside TD Place. AJ Jakubek, Graham Ivory. This is Ottawa Fury FC Soccer on our many platforms, and 4-1 win today for Fury. Let's get right to our man of the match. And hey, you know what? Kevin Oliveira probably just as valuable in terms of the points today. He helped set up both penalties. He helped set up the hat-trick goal, but hey, it's the first ever hat-trick at TD Place by a Fury player, so how do you not give it to Hadji Barry?
Fantastic game from Hadji Barry. And look, got 2 penalty kicks, but you still you get the opportunity. You still have to do the business, and he got it done from the penalty spot on 2 occasions for Ottawa here this afternoon. Val Foul, the usual penalty kick taker, out with that suspension from the red card on Wednesday's game. And Hadji Barry now 5 goals on the season with the hat-trick today. And we wondered how many games it was going to take, and Nikola Popovic talked about it, kind of coming in here, and he was, had to get into form, and now game number 9, 5 goals for Barry. He's running well. Cristiano Francois returning to the lineup after missing 4 games. He's running well. Kevin Oliveira, best game we've seen from him in a number of games, and they'll have Val Foul and Carl Howarth back for Saturday's game in North Carolina.
Let's get to our final match stats, and certainly they favored Ottawa with 43% possession, but you look at the shots, 10-1. You look at shots on target, 4-0. I guess they would have got 1 with the goal, but nonetheless, pretty dominant performance start to finish today.
Yeah, and we talked about it in Wednesday's game. They needed a 90-minute performance, especially against a side like the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and they did that again here this afternoon. There was a few opportunities where where Hartford had some opportunities. They got that goal through Angulo, but really for today, another strong performance start to finish from Nikola Popovic's side. They were in that rut, they're out of it, and now they're rolling. The 3 points today should all but solidify them a spot in the postseason. But now where they position themselves is how high can they climb up the standings? Can they catch North Carolina? I think Louisville might be a bit too far out of their reach, but you still have 5 games to go, work to be done for both themselves, North Carolina, Louisville, and tough oppositions still to face. But now they put themselves in that conversation to go up at least 1 position higher, and that team they're chasing, they take on next Saturday.
All right, next broadcast, it's still a couple of weeks away on the 2nd against Indy 11. Of course, Ottawa at North Carolina FC next Saturday. That's a huge contest. And at Swope Park, home to Bethlehem, and in Charlotte to wrap up the season. On behalf of our entire crew, for our producer Colin Murphy, and for Gord Smith and Graham Ivory, I'm AJ Jakubek. Hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Final score, once again, it's Ottawa Fury FC 4 and Hartford Athletic 1. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have yourself a great weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.